Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, and it is time for a new floss tube. It is currently Saturday, May 8th, and this is a YouTube channel about cross stitch. Okay, let's kind of dive into this. As you can see, it is we are coming into the summer months. It's hot. I had to crank the AC down. I got the fan going. My hair looks all... It's all good. I hate summer. It is my least favorite time of year, mostly because of the heat. I don't like it hot. I don't like to sweat. Don't like it. It gives me anxiety. It literally gives me anxiety. Once I start sweating, I feel like I can't breathe and I can't get comfortable. Drama, I know. Okay, so as always, I have no rhyme or reason here. I haven't even pulled out the projects to show them to you. I don't even honestly know if I have all of them with me. So, we're going to go through the book. I know, no, it's right there. I should have them all with me. All right, let's get started. I spoke to y'all last Saturday. I had just finished working on Rainbow. I did do some work on my butterfly. Okay, because here was my thing. My mania for Stitch Mania. I'm doing no new starts this year, and I've been doing great so far. I thought mania would be the thing that broke me, but I'm really just not feeling new starts right now. I have a couple of projects I'm excited to get to start eventually, but I still have not touched all 59 of my projects yet. I'm getting very close, but I haven't, so I don't have that need to start anything new when I can't even stitch on the things that I have. And because of the way that I'm doing my rotation via the bags, I don't want to have to pull out things on their birthday for the Blimey Cat method, which is, you know, when you stitch on things the day you started them. So I said, what can I do that's mania for me? And I came up with kind of like monogamania, but I can't just work on one project for the entire month, but I can work on one project every day for the entire month, just 30 minutes a day. That lasted all of 2 days. I think I made it 2 days. Trying to do stuff like that when I'm at home is difficult. I probably could have done it if I wasn't also playing the Oregon Trail game. It's a stitching game on Facebook. Because I need to get a certain amount of stitches in a period of time. So, or at least I'm pushing myself to do that. It's not really required. So I'm like, I don't really want to take this 30 minutes for this when I could be getting it done, something else done. So I didn't stick with it, and that's fine. I wasn't really feeling it anyway. I am going to try to do my best to stitch on it every day, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't manage that. So, and I worked on it the first and the second, well, kind of more into the third, because it was after midnight, and then last night. So here is where we're getting on. This is Butterfly Expressions by Dimensions. This is a kit that you can buy that looks like this. And I'm stitching on this for a friend. She had bought it, she had started it, then she asked me if I would do it for her. So here's where we're at. I'm going to go back and put in those few stitches there, but otherwise I'm getting into the butterfly, and I think the butterfly will move a little bit faster than this up here did. But then we've got that again down here. But it's okay. Work on it a little bit every day. That's what's important. Or as often as possible. Then Saturday night, it's the beginning of the month, and I work on my zombie run pieces at the beginning of the month to make sure I accomplish my goals that month on those, get them kind of knocked out. For May, you're probably going to see them a little bit more than average. I'm not going to just stick to the minimal goals because I'm also using them for a game called Needleworker Sweep. For Needleworker Sweep, we're trying to kit up a project. And so, not really kit it up, but kitted up, so to speak. And so you go to 1-2-3 Stitch and you pick a project. You have to buy the pattern, you have to buy the floss and beads and whatever, and the fabric, whatever you're going to need for this project. So I have it broken down by pattern, Weeks Dye Works floss, gas floss, and fabric, because that's all that mine needs. I really need to repaint my nails. I know. I apologize. So each and the idea behind Needleworker Sweep is that you had to complete it all on one project. I cannot stick to one project for 5,000 stitches in a month. I probably could, but I don't like to, and I'm not going to push myself to do something I don't like. I would have just dropped out of Needleworker Sweep. However, you can break it down to those 4 categories, and each of the categories has to be stitched on a single project, but you can have 4 different projects. So I said, well, I like getting, my zombie run is my focus pieces for the year. So putting 1,000 to 1,200 stitches in each one of those pieces for the month is okay. I don't want to do that on some random piece that I'm only supposed to be pulling for one night, but zombie run I can. So those 4 projects will be completing the 4 things for Needleworker Sweep. So I started with That Is the Trick and the Treat, and I made pretty good progress on it. I got almost 1,000 stitches that first night. I got 930. Now I did set it for my highest because it stitches up the fastest, and it's going to go for my 1,200, which is my Weeks Dye Works threads, I think, because it's $12. You're paying a penny per stitch, or a stitch is a penny basically. So it's going to be the one I need to get 1,200 stitches on, so we'll have to come out at least one more time. But this project is so close to being done that obviously, I want to pull it out again. So here's where I got to. Right about here-ish, somewhere in here. That was the end of page 5. And we are now into page 6. All of this is page 6. And that is the last page. We are almost done with this. And so one more session with this isn't going to finish it, but 2 to 3 may. I may take this to work on tomorrow, and I'll explain that here in a few. So that is where Thine Is the Trick and the Treat is at. Man, that's where I got a lot of my stitching. And it's in my stitching button Halloween bag. Isn't that cute? Little carved pumpkins, and inside it's got bats. Stitching Button is amazing. If y'all haven't ordered bags from her, you totally should. But she's working on getting more in her shop, so you know, there's that. Okay, next I worked on Anzac, because again, this one stitches up fairly quickly because I change colors, but not as often. I try and complete an entire row before I change colors. And so this one will be for, I need 1,100 for my gas threads. Okay, let's see which direction does this thing go. Here we go. So we finished out the light purple. We took it all the way up, and then we started with this purple coming back down. And as you can see, it's about time to move the Q-snap again. I've been doing a little bit of the back stitching now as I get to those sections, because I want to be able to put the floss away, and I realized I couldn't until I did the back stitching. So that's, I feel like the light is kind of really tonight. Look how amazing it looks. Plus you don't see all the thread carrying I'm doing in the back. So I stitched 875 on this one. So we're getting close. We are getting close. Okay, next I did take a break from Zombie Run. I know, big shocker. I was at home, so it's a little bit better time to stitch on the ones where the projects from bags, because my goal on those is to just work on it one night. Pull it out and work on it as much as I can for the night. when I'm at home, I don't get as much stitching done. So if I only put in 200 stitches on those pieces, that's fine. Whereas I really need to get a minimum of 400 on my zombie run pieces, so it's better to work on them at work. So I pulled, and this was the last one I needed to finish that last bag, so I could pull a new bag. Our last bag. I mean, our final bag. So, I wanted to get it knocked out. And I only put in 200 stitches here, or 192. Finished up this the owl's chest and kind of started in on the tail. I didn't have all the colors I needed, which is the only reason I didn't finish those last 8 stitches. So, one of these days, I will get more than just a page on that. Okay. So then on Tuesday, I needed 500 stitches for something in the Oregon Trail game. Oh, I was trying to buy a rifle. I needed 500. I needed to do it within a pretty small amount of time because I had to get up early Wednesday. We'll get to the personal stuff at the end. And so I pulled out my Lady of the Flag because we'd already worked on Dinah's The Trick and the Treat and Anzac. Mini Fit to the Masquerade wouldn't have stitched up quick, but this one has points where it can. So it took me a few hours, but I was able to get the 500 stitches knocked out on it. Look, it's just the flag is looking so amazing. I really need to get up here and work on that 1/1 skin, but whew, she's so gorgeous. And I absolutely love the fabric she's on. Just absolutely great. Okay. I'll run back through that in a minute. So this was Lady of the Flag, and I got 504 stitches on her. Oh, but I pulled her out again on Thursday because I needed a project with hair. For something that was going on in the Oregon Trail. We were getting questioned by the Kinkertons, which is like the Pinkertons, but you know. And we had to tell them the bandit's hair color, and so we had to all stitch on pieces with hair. So she got another 255 stitches there. So I think no, because when I stitched the 504, I forgot to stop at 400. So I'm now 255 into the next set of 400. Anyway, so she's almost got a second set done. Okay, what's next? Oh, Wednesday night, again, because I was at home and I was stitching with friends, I decided to pull out a piece from the next bag. So we pulled a new bag. This is the final bag, and then we will reset. And this one has Spangled, Needleworker, Here Lie My Needles, February Year of Celebrations, and QS Ladybug. So I pulled out to work on Wednesday Needleworker. And I put in 238 stitches. I finished, so this is split into 2 pages. I have completely finished the first page, and we have kind of started in on the second page just a bit. So, yay, I worked on Needleworker. I really want to get that one done. I have a plan for it. And then lastly, last night I did work on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade because I wanted to get all my zombie run pieces knocked out. I was here at work, and despite the fact that I was here at work, I got seriously distracted and only got 440 stitches put in. But it was better than nothing, and it's good to get put up for the rest of the month. So I'm just gonna get this one out. Here it is. I didn't finish this square completely. Okay, so this square down here is a partial square. It's 70 stitches. I put in 40 because I was just trying to finish up 40 for a letter in Letter of Fortune. And then I went to stitching full block so I would know exactly 1, 2, 3. There was one here too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 400. For my zombie run piece. So, and getting another start on my next letters because I need 800 stitches for the 4 A's that I just got in my puzzle. Oh, so this, I'm going to run back through these backwards and tell you the fabrics because I forgot. This one, I actually found another piece of this fabric in my stash the other day, so I remember now. This is 28 count Lugana in Golden Sun from Zweigart. I purchased it on 123 Stitch. The Needleworker is on a 32 count Lugana in Doubloon from Picture This Plus. I really like that one actually. Might have to get some more of that at some point. It's a neutral that I actually like. Lady of the Flag is on a 32 count linen in, I believe it's Hamlet from Under the Sea Fabrics. I don't have the tag on here anymore. Pretty sure it's Hamlet. Yeah. Once Upon a Fairy Tale is on 28 count Easy Guide Lugana. The Anzac is on 32 count Lugana in Reflection from Mystic Fabrics. This is an amazing fabric too. I wouldn't mind more of that. We've got That Is the Trick and the Treat on 32 count Joblin in Changing Leaves from Under the Sea Fabric. This one's really good. This one is perfect for any Halloween piece, definitely. It's great. Okay, that is all of my projects for this week. So, but that's stitching every day. That's decent stitching every day. Oh, and the butterfly, like I said, I did work on it again yesterday for 112 stitches. So, and I will work on it as soon as I am done with this video. So, let's see, what else? Life stuff. Let's run into life stuff. Oh, well, first I got Stitchy Kindness in the mail. Let me pull that out. If I can remember where I put it. I have a friend that I met at the Austin Stitching Retreat that Julicious held 2018, I think, in Austin. And she sent me a sweet little gift in the mail. Her name is Linda, and I forgot what her channel name is. It might say on here. Hold on, she's got a card in here. So. Designs with Attitude. Okay, so she's a cross stitcher. That's how I met her, and she also makes bags sometimes for some of the retreats I've been to. I bought a couple of them, but she also made one for free for Lexi. That was very sweet of her. But she's started a new endeavor, and that is Chalk Couture. So she has live videos and shows how it works and the neat different things you can do and how to do it on her Facebook channel. I will try and remember to, that's blurry, link this down below at some point. You know how I am about that. So anyways, she sent me like a little sample kit, and it comes with some gold of the liquid chalk, a little something to put it on, a little, design. It says Artisan Brick Fire Oven Bread Company. The little things you paint the chalk and squeegee them off with, little squeegees, and a little tray to hold the chalk, and an actual sponge that I just dropped somewhere as like a little test kit to see what I think about it. So I will probably be doing that with Lexi because she will absolutely love. And it came with the instructions on how to use it. But, oh, there's a sponge. We know each other through cross stitch, and she knows how much I enjoy cross stitch. So she also sent me ink circles, petit fours. Comes with all the alphabet. It's super cute. Super cute ink circles designs. So that was Stitchy Kindness. And then I also got in the mail I ordered a cone of DNC. What did I do with it? It might still be out of the car. Nope, here it is. Because who doesn't need more? 310. Yeah. Big example right here. I have a few other projects that have a lot of black in them, and I started to get real low on 310. I did end up finding another skein or two somewhere when I was cleaning up, but every time I go to Joann's or Walmart, I look for 310. I always buy 310 anytime I am at a store where they sell floss. However, lately they have not had any. So I was getting a little panicky and decided to go ahead and order a cone before I ran out. So there's that. All right, so let's run into my week. For the personal stuff, in case you're not interested, y'all have a great week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming back again and again. But if you're sticking for the personal stuff, here it is. And it's not bad this week. Let's see, Monday, I went and got my COVID shot. I debated whether or not to talk about this because y'all know I don't talk moral, political, like religious, hot topics. I don't do any of that on my channel. And I know that the COVID vaccine can be a touchy subject for some people. However, it's what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there, but that's about it. So we went Monday afternoon, we got our COVID shot. I immediately went home and went to sleep. That's a bad idea because when I woke up, my arm was killing me. And my husband, who did not go back to sleep, his didn't hurt that bad. So there was something about immediately like laying down on it because it didn't hurt when I laid down. So I slept on that side. And not working it out and things like that, that it really did make a big difference. I was pretty sore for 2 days to the point I could lift my arm about this high and that was it. My muscles just were done. They were like, nope, sorry. So I stayed up for about 4 to 5 hours once I got up for the day and then went back to bed. It knocked me on my bottom. I was just tired, just sleepy. And I was not just sleepy, but I was sleeping good. When I would wake up, I'd be like, oh, my bed is it's just so comfortable. And I go back to sleep. It was amazing. I haven't slept that good in a while. So, maybe it's what I need. I don't know. But, slept most of Monday. Tuesday, I got up pretty early. I had some phone calls to make, some adulting to do, which I'm still in the process of because I've gone and lost my brain. But anyway, but mostly that was a day of cleaning, relaxing, enjoying some time with the kids. Wednesday, we got up bright and early. Ryan had a dentist appointment. It was supposed to be the 11th, but they called me on Tuesday and they're like, we have an opening tomorrow. Can you come in? And I knew I wasn't working, so sure. Knock it out. I am off on the 11th too, so it wouldn't matter. He got a cavity filled, sealant put on, and a crown. And it was a rough go of it because he has not had a lot of experiences with these types of things while not being under complete sedation. They did give him a local and they gave him some Valium, but he fought it a lot. He whined a lot, but his dentist was great with him, very patient and calm, and talked to him and tried to distract him. And when he realized that Ryan was not going to be distracted from the things he did not like, he just talked him through it. Because Ryan, I think, has a bout of claustrophobia, which he comes by naturally. Plus he has anxiety when it comes to gas masks because of all the times he's been put under That's the part he hates the most. So they didn't gas mask him, but you know, they put the nitrous just on your nose, and he couldn't stand it. And he kept telling them, am I done yet? I don't like it. I want it done. And they're like, we have just a little longer. So we got that done on Wednesday. And then my husband was supposed to be off, but then he went to work. So I think I got on Zoom and hung out with my friends. Yeah, because Needleworker. I was hanging out on Zoom with my friends. I did the 200 on Needleworker, and then I did some organizing in my office, which they kind of helped me with and kind of just kept me company while I was doing. I don't know how much, I know I don't talk about it very often. I run a group on Facebook called Virtual Stitchers. The idea behind Virtual Stitchers is that it's a place that you can get together. Well, the original idea was it was a place that you could go to find a way to communicate with other stitchers. What it became was a Zoom, a 24-hour available Zoom room for connecting with other stitchers. Now, there's not always somebody in there, but if there's not, all you have to do is message in the group and be like, hey, can anybody jump on and hang out right now? Sometimes people can, sometimes they can't. Evening times are our busiest times, especially Friday evenings and Saturdays. So if you're going to try it for the first time and you decide to do it on one of those 2 nights, please don't be overwhelmed. Everybody's very welcoming. That's not it. It's just sometimes there's so much conversation, it's kind of hard to keep up. But know that it's not always like that. Fridays are just busy because that's when everybody can hang out and they have fun, they get rowdy. We have 2 Zoom rooms. If Zoom room 1 is too busy, you can go into Zoom room 2. I run it, I try and keep it open to everybody as long as you're willing to accept the rules, follow the rules, things like that. We haven't had a lot of problem with that. We've had some problem, but not a lot. And I'm there most evenings that I'm not spending time with my husband and kids. So, until wee hours of the morning, because I'm not out. What was my point? Oh, my point with this was, and we all join there because we're stitchers and because it's the hobby that we have in common. However, you do not have to be stitching to visit with us. You can be diamond painting. You can be cleaning your house. You could be, as long as it's not too loud. And if so, just mute while you listen to the conversation. It doesn't have to be all about the stitching. That's just the hobby that brings us together. But we're all people with different hobbies and different joys and things like that. So if you would like to check us out, it's Virtual Stitchers on Facebook, and make sure you answer all the questions and check the box that you will read the rules, because if you don't do any of those things, Vic does not let you in. We don't make like, oh, well, I'm friends with you in another group and I'll let you in. We don't do any of that. You have, because if you're not willing to answer the questions, read through it all, how am I supposed to believe that you're going to read the rules? And it's very important that when you join the group, you read our rules, because we don't have a lot, but you're interacting with other people, and we don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt or anybody to feel uncomfortable. So that the best way to do that is to know what your limits are. And trust me, there's not a lot. So I went on in all that to say that while I was on there, I wasn't necessarily stitching. I was organizing my house, but it's easier when you have a friend sitting there chit-chatting and distracting you from how boring it is to clean your house. So that was Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I got up and I had an eye doctor's appointment. As if you've been with me a while, you know that I was recently diagnosed as diabetic. If you're new here, surprise. I was diagnosed, I believe, in February, maybe even March, because it wasn't long before my grandmother passed. It might have been March. Anyway, so and one of the things they said to me was, have you been having problems with your eyesight? Because diabetes can affect your eyesight very quickly and very scarily. And it didn't at first, but the last couple weeks I've been noticing a lot of changes. So I made the appointment and I went and had my vision checked, and they said I am nearsighted. I do need glasses for distance, that I have an astigmatism, and they did a special retinal scan and peripheral vision scan that both came back clear. He said, you do not show any signs of the diabetes affecting your retina. He said you can't have had it undiagnosed for a long amount of time, or else we would see it here some, and we don't see any. So I caught it pretty early on. Not it had to have been more than 3 months or really high, because my A1C was 11, but it wasn't enough to start deteriorating parts of me. So I will be getting glasses in 2 weeks. And that's what it, oh, and as soon as we got home on Thursday from the eye doctor, me and my husband went out to lunch together, which was really nice. We didn't pick up our phones the entire time. We talked the entire time. We enjoyed some really good food. And I feel like we've been kind of lacking in that department lately. I'll come to work and I won't talk to him all night, because we just don't have anything to talk about typically. When you see each other every day, sometimes conversations can dry up. So it was a nice lunch. We got home and we had family game night. My mother and father-in-law came over. My nieces and nephews too, but they just stayed for dinner and then they went home. My mother and father-in-law stayed till the wee hours. We played pinochle. It was a lot of fun. We played me and my mother-in-law against my husband and his dad, and we lost very badly twice. It was sad, but it was fun. We enjoyed playing. So, and then Friday I came back to work and I stitched. So that's my week in a nutshell. Oh, my plans. That's the other thing. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Happy Mothers, or should have been mothers, or could have been mothers, or fur baby mothers, or whatever type of mother you are. Happy Mother's Day to you. I think I will be going out of town to visit with a Stitchy friend at a Stitchy store. I'm very excited about that. And then, so I'll get some stitching done tomorrow, which is why I said maybe I'll take that as the trick and the treat, since it's very easy. Or maybe Anzac. We're going to stay the night in that area Sunday night, and then probably go tubing down the river on Monday. So probably no stitching will happen Monday, but at least it's for good reasons and not because I just can't handle it. So. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm ready to get out of here. I want to get to stitching. I have some friends expecting me on Zoom 10 minutes ago. I will get this uploaded as quick as I can. So I hope y'all all have an amazing Stitchy week. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. I hope you found some content you find interesting, and come and check me out again, or check out previous videos if you want to see how typical this content was. I try to keep it pretty consistent, but this last year has been a mess, so you might not want to look at this year. If you come back week after week, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me, and I will see y'all next week.